I passed both of them every single time. So you can listen to me and you can pass too, or you can be ignorant and keep scrolling and exit out of this video. Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mackenzie. If y'all are new here, I am in an accelerated nursing program, semester 3 out of 4 to be exact. And here on this channel we talk about everything nursing related, everything nursing school related. I do a couple of nursing school vlogs here and there, and I also talk about a little gym related stuff, you know, a little sometimes, because I do be in the gym or whatever. But as y'all have seen, this video is what I feel like you should know about health assessments or your assessment course before you get into nursing school. It's going to be very important. Now I'm going to say these are things that I think that are helpful. I also want to preface this with I have passed every single one of my nursing classes so far without having to repeat it. I'm on trajectory to also pass this third semester. I also want to say health assessments
kicked my ass.
Okay, it did. It kicked it really bad. Really bad. First semester we broke our assessments course into 2 semesters. So first semester we just had a regular health assessments. Second semester we had advanced assessments. It kicked my butt pretty bad, especially second semester. Now, so keep that in mind as I tell you these things, but I passed both of them every single time. So you can listen to me and you can pass too, or you can be ignorant and keep scrolling and exit out of this video. But if you're still here, thank you. Okay, let's continue. When it comes down to health assessments is literally, you're going to be learning about how to assess your patients, and you're going to also be learning skills that you need to know as a nurse, like inserting a catheter, inserting an IV, starting like priming your IV line, all of these things. Like, this is like where you learn those basic concepts that you need to know as a nurse. So this is not as much as like the body mechanisms or disease process, but this is just like the actual things that you will be doing on a day-to-day as a nurse. Then I said, like, starting a tube feed, and these are things that you're going to be doing while you're in your clinical rotations as well. I want to say, when it comes down to your skills, for my program, I can only speak from my program's perspective, but in my program we had all of our skills at the beginning of the semester. Like, on our Canvas site we were given all of our skills that we would be tested on, so you have them already. I would say start studying those skills in advance. And from our course we were given materials to help us study. I personally didn't use those. I did have the actual paperwork that broke down what the skill entailed. So I want to say about a week or 2 in advance I would start studying my skills. So each day I will remember a little bit of the skill at a time. So I would, like, a little piece of chunk I will study. I would, like, not even study, but I would, like, just actually, like, walk myself through it. Like, I would actually physically do it, and then the next day I would learn the more the skill and then practice all the way up until then, and just keep adding on to it, because it's very hard to just learn it all at once. So I would do it like a week or 2 in advance. And I'm pretty sure that this is just not for my nursing program, but use those lab hours, especially if you're very confused or you need more hands-on experience. Like, for my program we actually had a lot of time on our lab days to actually practice the skills. So I didn't really go too much outside of the class time, but I have went outside of the class time, and it was skills that I just wasn't sure on. I was, like, super nervous about. So I would say utilize those lab hours, especially like if it's like me and my study group will go during the lab time. So if you have a study group and y'all can, like, okay, let's meet up this day and go over these skills or whatever, and so y'all all are able to help. You can walk through, your study group partner can read through the skills list and check you off as if, you know, just to make sure you're doing everything. And when you get done, they can be like, oh, you missed this, don't forget that, because it's certain steps in your skills check off that if you miss it, especially if you miss any of the bold steps, you fail automatically. And you don't want to have to redo those skills because it's super nerve-wracking. And I'm not gonna lie, some instructors are more lenient than others. I've had some instructors that I never failed a skills check off, but like I had some instructors like if I didn't know what I was doing, they for sure were going to make sure that I did not pass my skills check off. And then some instructors are like, they're not going to tell you, but they're going to just help you out a little bit while you're doing your skills, but not really. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but they're not going to give you the answer. They don't want to see you fail either. Okay. I personally read the textbook for my assessment course. Now, I did, not every time, but a lot of the time, because I found it super helpful. We actually had homework assignments on through our textbook, because it was like we would get a code, and then the code would be for like an online portal. We had our textbook practice questions, assignments or whatever, and we had to do everything through that. But I also had a physical copy, and I would go through my physical copy, and at the back of each chapter there were practice questions. And I think when it comes to health assessment, it's the questions that can trip you up, because some of those questions are kind of like, well, and they would trip me up because I am a CNA who works in the hospital. So I would try to answer some of those questions on the test with the CNA mind, based off what I've seen or based off what I've done as a CNA in the hospital. So I would say read those practice questions, do those practice questions at the back of the books, because it's going to help you kind of get a feel for what's going to be on the test. And that also leads me to my next topic. Do practice questions, especially the ones that I did the ones in the back of the book. I did the practice questions that were actually in the online portal, because they're different. Do those practice questions. This is going to be big for any course in nursing school. Practice questions. Even for I'm in pediatrics. I'm in my peds rotation and course right now, and we don't have a portal for practice questions. So I'm on Google and Quizlet every day, like
observations of skin integrity, pediatrics.
This, you know, and it sucks so bad because it's like you're answering the same questions all the time. It's not a really big bank. So I really prefer if schools all had test sites with test question portals, whatever, so you can like do practice questions via that way, because the more comfortable you are answering questions for certain topics, it just makes it easier when it comes down to testing. My next tip would be, look at these YouTube videos. YouTube is a nursing student's best friend, because it's so much on YouTube for us when it comes down to skills, when it comes down to just disease processes. Like, you have so many people willing to teach you stuff and help you grasp concepts that your teacher maybe can't. And when it came down to my skills, I will always go on YouTube and look up these skills, and I will look at these every day. I will either try to find new ones or look at old ones, so that way I'm also practicing my skills every day and visually seeing them every day. So when it comes down to my actual skills check off, I can just like walk through what I've seen in the video, walk through what I've been practicing. But also keep in mind that the ones on YouTube may not follow your skills check off to a T. And even your skills check off, you don't have to do it like in order, but you have to do it, or just do it where it makes sense. But sometimes the YouTube versions don't always, it won't be how you're going to be testing on it. So keep that in mind. Try to find ones that mimic how you're going to be tested on, if you feel what I'm saying. But that's pretty much it about health assessments. Like I said, it beat me down real bad, real bad second semester. First semester, it was on me a little bit. I passed with like a 90 something, or maybe like a high B. That second semester, I don't even want to tell y'all what I made, but I still passed. And all of these tips that I gave y'all can be super beneficial for passing health assessments. And like this video, please show me some love. Comment any video ideas or suggestions that you have, or any questions that you maybe want me to answer, and subscribe to your girl. Thank you everybody for all the love, and that's it. Bye.
Okay. I got diamonds doing sissy slides in both ears. Dice rolling on the Las Vegas strip tonight. Slip that on me, my mystified. Fuck a night, I keep the wallet in my shorty bag. You know she